So today I'm going to talk to you about the book Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. It was published in 1999 and it's about 200 pages long. In Speak we meet Melinda, or Mel is also what she goes by. And something happened over the summer that caused Mel to lose all of her friends. But not only lose them, her best friend hates her. And this is the first encounter once school starts between the two of them. Her eyes meet mine for a second. "I hate you," she mouths silently. She turns her back to me and laughs with her friends. I bite my lip. I'm not going to think about it. It was ugly, but it's over, and I'm not going to think about it. My lip bleeds a little. It tastes like metal. I need to sit down. So we're not exactly sure in the beginning what happened over the summer. We do know that a party was involved, and we do know that Melinda called the cops at the party. So she's kind of avoiding all of her friends. She doesn't really know anybody. She's a freshman. And the one person that she does meet is Heather. Heather's a new girl, not just a new girl at the school, but a new girl in town. And Heather wants to be involved in everything. She has all this school spirit. She wants to join the clubs, and she wants Mel to come along with her. But Mel's afraid that if she does that, she's going to run into her friends, or that the truth about what happened over the summer is going to come out. So she avoids all that. She avoids classes. Slowly she starts ditching her classes. But in the beginning, when Heather's trying to get her to do these things, Mel goes to a pep rally with Heather. And as Heather's introducing Mel to her friends, somebody overhears the introduction. And this is what follows. She introduces me to a bunch of pale, zitty faces. I vaguely recognize a couple. The rest must have gone to the other middle school. I curve up the corner of my mouth without biting my lip. A small step. Heather beams and hands me a pom-pom. I relax an eensy bit. The girl behind me taps me on the shoulder with her long black nails. She had heard Heather introduce me. "Sordino?" she asks. "You're Melinda Sordino?" I turn around. She blows a black bubble and sucks it back into her mouth. I nod. Heather waves to a sophomore she knows across the gym. The girl pokes me harder. "Aren't you the one who called the cops at Kyle Rogers' party at the end of the summer?" A block of ice freezes our section of the bleachers. Heads snap in my direction with the sound of 100 paparazzi cameras. I can't feel my fingers. I shake my head. Another girl chimes in. "My brother got arrested at that party, and he got fired because of the arrest. I can't believe you did that, asshole." I don't understand, my head voice answers. Too bad she can't hear it. My throat squeezes shut as if 2 hands of black fingernails are clamped on my windpipe. I've worked so hard to forget every second of that stupid party, and here I am in the middle of a hostile crowd that hates me for what I had to do. I can't tell them what really happened. I can't even look at that part of myself. An animal noise rustles in my stomach. So after the pep rally, Mel really starts to shut down. She starts ditching her classes. She finds a closet that's kind of abandoned on the school grounds, and she sort of makes that her safe haven. But because she's ditching classes and because she's not speaking, even in class, her grades start to slip. And when her parents receive her progress report, they notice the grades and they confront her about it. But what's interesting about that is that they don't question what's wrong with her. They think that she's just playing this game because she's a high school freshman and just trying to pull one over on them. But they don't really understand that there's something deeper and something bigger that's going on. Slowly afterwards, Mel stops talking. In class, she just nods her head. She doesn't really respond to anything that's really going on. Even her parents doesn't talk to them. Throughout the book, Mel refers to it, and it is her nightmare. When she sees it walking in halls, she freezes. She doesn't want it to see her. And at this point, we know who it is, but we don't know exactly what happened between them. Later in the school year, Rachel, Mel's ex-best friend, starts dating it. And at the same time, Mel starts getting friendly with Ivy, who used to be her friend. They're in the same art class. And art is the class that Mel likes the most and she doesn't ditch. Mr. Freeman, the teacher, has assigned them a project that lasts throughout the year. And it really makes Mel look deep and look at her feelings. So between Mr. Freeman and Ivy, Mel sort of starts to open up a little bit to them. At the same time, Rachel starts dating It, and Mel decides it's time to tell Rachel what exactly happened at the party. And she does, but the reaction was not what she was expecting. After she tells Rachel what happened, which is relatively at the end of the school year, another horrible thing happens to Melinda, but luckily there's other people there at the time to help her, and she's able to deal with it, and it finally comes out what exactly happened at the party and why she was forced to call the cops. I'm not going to tell you because it would kind of ruin the story, but between having other people there for her, as well as Mr. Freeman and her art class, Melinda's able to begin the healing process. And this is the final lines in the book, and I thought that it sort of summed everything up really nicely, but without giving anything away. I hand over the picture. He takes it in his hands and studies it. I sniff again and wipe my eyes on my arm. The bruises are vivid, but they will fade. Mr. Freeman. No crying in my studio. It ruins the supplies. Salt, you know. Saline. Etches like acid. He sits on the stool next to me and hands me back my treat. I won't tell you the grade. You worked hard on this. He hands me a box of tissues. You've been through a lot, haven't you? The tears dissolve the last block of ice in my throat. I feel the frozen stillness melt down through the inside of me, dripping shards of ice that vanish in a puddle and sunlight on the stained floor. Words flow up. Let me tell you about it. So finally, she's able to talk about what happened to her. Speak is a really powerful book. It's also a really emotional book. Mel deals with a lot of issues that teens shouldn't have to deal with. But she also didn't have the support that she needed and that teens should have. So I highly recommend this book. Like I said, it's just a really powerful book. Again, it's Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson.